As a matter of fact, let's start with the microphone. I don't feel like typing all the time. I will have to do a lot of typing today anyway, so I don't have to do too much while we wait for the stream to start, right? Oh, by the way, let me know if the audio is fine. Last time I was streaming, I found out that there was no audio during what I was doing, so not so nice if that happens again. Good, good, good. I did announce it on Discord, but already this afternoon. You will hear me. Okie dokie. You know what? Let's go to the talking scene so you guys can see me. You're complaining that I didn't put this on Discord. I did that though. Let me know if the audio is okay, if it's good. If it's not good, then please tell me so I can maybe try and fix it. So we get as much as possible going down. So as you can see, I kind of made up a little bit of parts that have to be in the game design document. Um, I will try to start with basically things like introduction and game overview, the gameplay types. And then because it is very important for both Outsider and Incredibro, because they're helping me, I will start then on levels and environments and try to outline a little bit how big they have to be and what has to be inside of those and all of that stuff. Post like I'm streaming now? Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's put that in the announcements. We are live over at Twitch and Sphere Games. Enjoy. There we go. And done. Welcome in Imponix Game also. It's very nice to have you guys here. It must be like middle of the day for you guys, right? Imponix, it's like, what time should it be? Like, it's like 6 hours before it is, so it must be 4 p.m. I have an echo for you. 2 p.m. Okay. Wow. You must be all the way in the left of Brazil then, like more to the east, to the west coast. Sorry. An echo. Is the echo terrible? Because I cannot hear it myself, of course. So if it's really bad, then let me. Yeah, Incredibro is on the other spectrum. For him, it's like midnight almost. So, but he always is here. I guess this guy doesn't have anything to do in the early mornings. And no echo for you. Okay. Imponix. Oh yeah. Damn it! I forget that it's Canada. Sorry. You're Brazilian, but you are in Canada, right? Okay. Sure. Yeah, and Canada, of course, also has the same thing. Like United States can be on the East Coast or the West Coast. So uh, you wake up very early. So when do you sleep then, Incredibro, or you just don't sleep? You sleep like 4 hours, and that's enough for you? Damn. Most people don't live even with with a longer time than that. So anyway, let me try to do some introduction. This will require me to type things out a little bit more, so that might mean a little bit less of me watching the chat, because obviously I have to type and it's a little different. playing with her friends. Well, always important to my eyes. I die after a week, too old for this. Now I'm curious, Imponix, how old are you? Because I also don't sleep much, and I consider myself a mastodon. And yeah, what is too old? I mean, there's old and there's old, right? Not everybody is too old. So I would say you're never too old. 42. You're young. And I get to say that, right? When you're older than the ones complaining that they are old, you can always say that they are not that old. Gandalf here is 264 years old. Oh, you're that old, you forget your age is actually not 42, but 43. Hey, 42 was the perfect age, right? You realize that, right? Because 42 is the answer to everything. So, and yeah, 264 might be a little exaggerated, but I'm exactly not young. Sounds very dramatic already, right? You want to know how old I am? I am soon to be 48. And yeah, I also, by the way, soon will have my Twitch anniversary for being affiliate. I've been notified. So soon enough, I will have a Twitch anniversary stream, I guess, with nice hats and stuff like that. It's beautiful. Maybe I can do something that I will actually wear physically, hats or something. I don't know. It seems to be a trend nowadays. I see a lot of people do that. So who knows? Maybe that's something that's nice. That's fine. We are the same. When Max did movies, I still do movies now and then, but mostly I write them, and rarely I act in them anymore. I mean, basically, who would want to see an old fart like me, right? So, stumbles upon a park which she enters. Suddenly a portal rises from the ground, surrounded by twigs and leaves, and showing a hint of another world. Gaia can't curb her enthusiasm and curiosity and steps through. That's basically the start of the story. That's true. You're looking at how much did I make streaming? That's a mean question. I basically make nothing yet, at least not from the advertisement, not from the subscriptions, because there's like been 2 people who subscribed over the entire course that I've been streaming. So that's basically nothing. I passed just to say hello. Need to keep doing my boring day job, I guess. Well, keep me on in the background if you like. Then you can even mute the entire site. If you mute the site, then it doesn't cost me my viewer, but you're still there. And just lurk. Hey, Mrs. Unholy, thank you so much for subscribing. This is amazing. Thank you so much. That is very nice. I miss a doc, I guess, because I didn't see that. Normally it says, there you go. Where's my activity feed? Why doesn't it even say that? Hi, sweetie. How are you doing? It's very nice that you support me and Gaia. That is super cool. But strangely enough, normally it would say that in the, it does say it in the chat, but it doesn't say it in my activity feed, which is weird if you ask me. Anyway, a bit of headache. Oh my God, I'm so sorry you have a headache. That is never nice, and I don't wish it to anyone. I hope it will pass soon. I hope it's not a migraine, just a little bit of a headache. I mean, drink a lot of water, I guess. Did too much today. Scammed by Twitch. Who's scammed by Twitch? Me? No, I haven't been scammed by Twitch. I can see what I've been making so far, and you need to have $50 to warrant getting any payback. The only really money that I've made so far is from those sponsored streams. I might do one again, but I mean only if you guys would be interested. There's one of the games that it's the only game that I usually play. Marvel Strike Force is a thing that I've been playing for years on my phone. I have an account also on my PC, so I could always play that, show you guys what the game is like. And it's pretty easy, I think, to make the goals that they set, most of them at least. Some are paid, which I would definitely not recommend anyone to do, but I mean, anything that Streamlabs elements updated, then you might need to log in again for the activity feed to update, but you can only do that offline. Yeah, could be. No, the subscribe message was at least in the chat, so at least I saw it. Also very weird that I haven't been able to hear any of the subscribe, follow, and whatever messages lately. But yeah, at least I know that it happened, so it's cool. And also I see it because my bar in the bottom changes. If it's a follower, my bottom bar becomes green, and if it's not, then it becomes red. So I can see the difference. You are amazing. You are that I see, by the way. Now I can see it. The gifted one I see. So thank you for the gift subscription. Oh, Max, would you like to be part of playtesters group and get paid for writing review and playtesting? Hey, I wouldn't say no to that. Unholy, what are you doing? You're so amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, you're subscribed. Mrs. Unholy just gave you a subscription, so you will not have to suffer anymore getting any of the getting any of the advertisements if you even had them. But it's super sweet of you. Thank you so much for that. It's amazing to have people do that. So yeah, you're now also #1 in the subscription giving. Usually nobody here subscribes or gives subscription at all. Yeah, you're finally subscribed. Now you need to keep that up, you know. Anyway, I should keep going, otherwise I will not do anything anymore. That's not good. We don't want to do that. So I could write more in the introduction of the story. I don't think that's needed. And by the way, in Incredibro, this will also be in the Git repository. So once I push this at the end of the day, you will be able to see this. So then when the Git repository opens, you see all this amazing stuff. So let me go a little bit further. I could write a lot in the accessibility features, of course. The user interface, I don't think for now is the most important thing to focus on. The gameplay should probably be quite important, story and narrative as well. But also the accessibility features and the levels and environments. I think that's going to be more important than most things because we, of course, need to be able to see them. Yeah, you have those. There's different ones even. I will when you hire me officially. If I can afford it, man, you know I got you. Sorry, I don't know why that happened suddenly out of nowhere. But yeah, I'm a little flustered. Nobody ever did any gift subscriptions here so far, so it's new to me. I gotta get used to that stuff. I hope. Yeah, people don't know what that means sometimes, right? You don't have any idea what you're doing to somebody when you're never getting that before. So, of course, we can talk a little bit about the characters, I guess, also. We can describe Gaia, but basically also very much what we will encounter, the levels and environments we can talk a little bit about. I might just open up my hack and plan that I've been using for keeping track a little bit. I must admit that I'm terrible at keeping up with it. There's so much that I have to do as a so far solo developer, but I have now Incredibro and Outsider who are helping me or have offered to help me. We had a very nice conversation last Friday about that. So for that also I needed to make level outlines. So at least we know stuff like how much is needed for levels to make them be able to work on that stuff. So I guess I'm gonna work a little bit on levels and environments for that. So I have to write that stuff out. Now I can also recover the points. I need to throw a mini rave party when you get subscribers. A rave party? I should put on some music maybe. Maybe I need to do audio stuff in there. I haven't ever set that stuff up. Do you guys hear nothing when somebody subscribes? Because my audio is totally off when I hear nothing when you guys do stuff. Maybe I should have a look at the audio, the sound settings for my computer here. Wait up, it's also on the wrong speaker. That doesn't help. But you should be able to do the volume for the different apps. Where is that? Volume mixer here, somewhere there. Because for some reason I think OBS does get all the sound, so it should have also those kind of things, but I don't get any sound when you guys do anything. Followers don't make sound, boring old text message. God, I have to work on that stuff, guys. It has not been put in yet. Thanks for supporting Gandalf. Yes, thank you super much for that. But yeah, we know each other for years, so that also helps, I guess. We are personal friends in real life. So, let's see. How are we going to do this? Maybe start with bullet points, introductory level, introductory level. Do you have that also when you type things and you sometimes wonder, is that correct? I have that all the time. It's really horrible to have that, but I have it. Maybe I should put some space in between them. Poseidon level. We're gonna have three. We're gonna have Dionysus level. Also a Zeus level. It's not in particular order yet. Nah, don't you? No, you. We don't go back to 16th year. Yeah, no, we know each other super long, like at least 2003, so 21 years at least. Because 2003 was the world record attempt of watching movies. There come the movies again, Incredible. Here they are again. This time it was not me playing in a movie, it was not me directing or writing a movie, but it was me watching movies. And um, Mrs. Unholy was part of the jury who had to make sure that our record attempt was going well. So she had to look at the people who were actually watching the movies, that they kept their eyes on the screen and were actually not sleeping. So that involved me falling downstairs because of going to the toilet, because you only could go to the toilet every 3 movies and completely after watching all of the credits. You could not stop before the credits. So that was an insane thing. We had a reunion after that. We already talked a little bit that day, but after the reunion, we became good friends. And from that moment on, we know each other really well. So, so at least 2003. So that would be already 21 to 22 years. No, I can't. But I don't have to, right? So why on earth would I? Let me get my hack and slash. I can plan about with that. I can plan. It's a little easier for me to not have to look at everything twice. I'm gonna do that now. I have my design model world for Gaia. And it opens up to 14 stages. That's a lot of stages. Zeus, Dionysus, Aphrodite, Hera, Demeter, Poseidon, Apollo, Athena, Ares, Artemis, Hermes, Hestia, Hades, and Hephaestus. It's a lot of them, but yeah. Might not do all of them, but we will see that later. I got a gifted sub from Mrs. Unholy. Thank you so much. Stuck with me forever. Yes, I'm stuck with you forever, and I don't mind at all. So here level, and I will also have to do stuff like explain how long these levels will be, or how long I want them to be at least, and from there on, we can design stuff for that. And I will try to also set where they are located, so we know that there's something going on there and where it's happening actually. Aries. Artemis. Hermes. Hestia. Oh. Hades level, underworld, of course. Hephaestus. That name is so hard to write. Okay, so at least we got the levels locked in. Absolutely, you're the better one. A good lad. No, she is not my wife. My wife is Peruvian and she doesn't ever use Twitch, by the way, so she's never here. So, okay, we've identified the levels that are potentially there. So now we're gonna write more things about it. So, for example, the introductory level setting would be in Amsterdam. Intent would be to introduce mechanics and set up the story and users and players character. What else? Length approximately 7 minutes. Doesn't have to be super long, the introduction. Can we arrange the levels in sequence of gameplay before moving forward? Yeah, I guess. I guess Zeus will be much lower, so can do that. Let's put him like the last one. I also need to have the setting for that, but not sure I told you, hun, but Friday I got an operation. My teeth are going to get ripped out finally. Holy shit, that's quite an operation. I wish you strength, and I wish you very much good luck. Yes, this is VS Code, by the way, because I like the VS Code part for making a markdown file where you can actually preview it. I know very much about not liking dentists because dentists for me are like the bane of my existence. I really hate it. So yeah, for me it's really heavy. Let's put that already in there. Need a bit more space in between them, but for whatever reason I cannot do that. It doesn't show it at least. Might have to do it different. I can do that. What was bold again? Star, I think. No, that's not. Was a double star, could also be. That is it. I always have to remind myself what the markdown language was again. Alt up, down on selected lines to move them up, down. Yeah, okay. So I think Poseidon, because I'm already working on that, should be the first level after Amsterdam. I think we could probably go Dionysus can be the second level after that as well. Oh, sorry, I changed scene. That was not the intention. Hey, AZ, welcome in, welcome in. I hope so too. So far, I've been working on it, and as you can see, it is going somewhere. So that is something already. Just trying to also make it look a little nicer. There has to be a code for actually having a line break, because it doesn't show it. But yeah, not a big problem, but oh, I'd like to have it there. So Dionysus, because it's more of a level set and a little bit more playful, just like Aphrodite, and I would say it's possible to keep that in the beginning. Yeah, he's a subscriber now. Can you see it? He even has an icon in there. And he has also the 2023 Twitch recap 2023 icon. I didn't know if you had that before. And for the people who do not have a subscription, apparently there's an ad break in progress. I don't know if everybody has it. If not, also fine. But it says so, so I'm just gonna assume that it's there. And let me think a bit about how heavy these levels are gonna be. So basically, I would say they're gonna have to be more strong and more heavy after a while. Zeus should probably be the end boss, because we all know how strong Zeus is supposed to be the strongest god of all. But then again, there are some gods that are also quite powerful. Apollo, for example, and Ares. Ares, of course, being the god of war. So I'm kind of doubting for the other order in these levels. So I would say it starts a little sweeter. So maybe even Dionysus should be before Poseidon. I'm not sure. Dionysus and Aphrodite, I guess that's more like a loving thing. I don't know. I'm still doubting the order of those levels. But at least I can put the settings in there with it because I know that where I have planned to put them. So that is at least already something that I can do, and we can have a little look later maybe at some examples of what those places used to look like, if we can find those. Because that is not always Citera, Gaitera. I never know how to pronounce those things. And then we can order them around for sure, because I think that's also necessary. Hero should be Ancient Argos. Demeter, Demeter, what was him again? Demeter should be set Eleusis. I better find somebody who knows how to pronounce those things. If he wants my opinion, first Hestis, then Hermes and Hades. Zeus, Poseidon, and Ares should be like big three. Yeah, those are the biggest ones, right? Zeus, Poseidon, and Ares. So maybe Poseidon even comes later. Hestia, yeah, Hestia. Oh, I keep pressing buttons while I'm in that screen. That's not the idea. Should never do that. Hestia. Might be good for one of the first levels. Hermes. Hades is pretty strong also because he's the god of the underworld, of course. So I have to think about that for a bit. Let me see. 2 could be Hestia, I guess. Hestia is like earth and home. That is not very descriptive, but I will make it more descriptive later. 3 Hermes. Oh. Hades before Apollo. Yeah, could be. Could be. Where did I have Hermes? Mount Selene. Selene. Yeah, otherwise it becomes quite evil at the end. Yeah, it should be a little bit of variation. So sometimes it maybe get a little bit more settle down a little bit so we don't have to have constant violence and constant heaviness. Because in, for example, the Ares level, I have, what is that? Blood of Zeus, strongest Olympians ranked. Okay. Thank you for that. Oh, I actually have that set up in my list to watch on Netflix. Each god stronger than the last. Hephaestus, Artemis, Demeter, goddess of the sacred law. could have some how do you say, inspiration from those actually. Poseidon, god of the sea, Hera, and Zeus, god of the skies. Yeah, of course. God Zeus is the strongest. Hera is apparently, because she was his wife, the second strongest. I'm not sure if that's because she was his wife. But yeah, we should have a little bit of variation and not just put the strongest gods immediately or at the end, I mean, only at the end. There should, of course, be a little bit of a curve. I think at least it would make sense if we go up a little in difficulty. So we start easier and we get harder along the way. Normally that makes sense. Hestia is not here anyway, by the way. But she is one of the gods, or at least a bonus one. So Hephaestus is deemed to not be that strong. On the other hand, I don't know if you guys read the book of, or the books, actually, more than one, of Stephen Fry. But in Stephen Fry books, if you read them, basically Hephaestus, obviously, is the blacksmith of everything, but he provides the weapons that the gods use, or the strong weapons. Think in terms of gameplay and how each of or some gods will give tasks to get power-up skills. Yeah, I don't doubt that Zeus should be the last one. That is the only thing that I don't doubt. Zeus is the strongest. He's the one that everybody knows is like the god, except for the fact that Gaia, of course, is the stronger goddess because she's the one who's the mother of all. But they cannot fight each other, so that is not an issue. So if I think how I look at those gods, then it makes sense to end with Zeus. Now I want to watch that show. Yeah, it's also on my list. Also, by the way, if you guys like horror TV shows, I recommend the TV show The Fall of the House of Usher. Really, if you have Netflix, go watch that. You really will not hate me for it. It's really good. I'm almost done with it, by the way. It's 8 episodes, and I'm on the last one. Poseidon should be one of the stronger gods, basically. You didn't read through the entire thing, so you didn't even know it was from a TV show. So Artemis should be a little higher up the chain. So let's do that. Let's put her somewhere around here, maybe. Put her as number 4, Artemis. And then we also need to put Hephaestus. Oh. Around here, just above Poseidon. 5. My eyes are itching, which is not very nice. So Poseidon is strong, I know, but let's put him a little before some of the other one. This I would say that Dionysus level should be something of a breather, so we can have a bit more of a get back down to earth. Then we might get Demeter. Oh, I said that wrong, sorry. So that would be number 8. But yeah, that TV show, it's on my list for sure. Athena. Where did you go, Athena? I don't have Athena? How the heck do I not have Athena? Must not be one of the gods of the Olympus. I'm kind of doubting myself now. Cannot be one of the gods of the Olympus, otherwise I would have had her in my list already. Uh-oh, who was that? Incredible, again. Dude, what are you doing? I need to set up that bot a little less strong. You're back, Incredible. I don't know why you keep doing that. You know that you should not do those many. You usually do too many emotes, right? But for whatever reason, it deletes all of your messages after that. And I find that a little silly. That's a bit too much. So as far as I know, Athena is not one of the gods of the Olympus. So gods of the Olympus. Let me check. Athena is. What the fuck? How the heck can she not be? 12 gods of 12 Olympian gods, and I don't have her? That's insane. How did I miss her? How can I freaking have missed her? Must have been. You forgot you can't scream in all caps. Yeah, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Anyway, so I somehow missed to put in Athena, which I find really weird because I know Athena. And for whatever reason, I just didn't put her in. Weird. I will put her in now. Athena level. I have to think of a setting for that. I don't know it yet. And Apollo. We have Apollo. Then let me go back. We have ancient Delphi for him. Aphrodite could be part of that, but we have Hermes. So we don't have Aphrodite in this list. But she was part of the Olympians too, right? Yeah, she's also here. And either Hestia or Dionysus. Yeah, Hestia or Dionysus. Well, I have them both. Maybe one of them or two of them will become bonus levels. I do not know that yet. Possibility. So let's put Aphrodite as number 11. And maybe put Eris after that. 12. Setting. I had that also down already. Ancient Sparta. This is Sparta. Sorry, I couldn't help myself there. Who's your mod where he lives? I want to nuke him. I don't have one yet, guys. I'm doing all this shit myself. That's why there's a bot that does this stuff. I would prefer it if there's an actual person who does this, so I don't have to. That's basically usually a better idea. Because people doing this stuff is 9 out of 10 times more accurate, and you will not basically ban somebody for using all capitals. That is just, well, it's considered screaming in some, so make me, I volunteer. Sure. Can I do that from here? I guess not. How do I do that? Permit user? No. No, I have to do that from Stream Elements, I guess. Let me check how to do that. Stream Elements. I will try to see if I can do it right now on the stream while you're here. Twitch. How do you do that? Where do you do that? User management here. Add new bot user, no. Add new bot user, no. Incredible. Let's see for sure that there's nothing under, there's like an underscore there, so I have to make sure that I do that. I don't know if it's case sensitive, but user permission for bot commands. Let's see. I added you. Do I need to have Streamlabs? Not as far as I know. And if you do, then we'll figure it out. I don't know if you're a moderator now. Could be that you're not. Maybe I have to do it from Twitch, so let me check. Let's go to the creator dashboard. Where's my users? Community. Roles. Moderator. There is a role there, so. No, that's the roles and the followers. Okay, there we go. Would be nice if I can find you there. Incredible, there you go. But I don't know how to make you a moderator. I have the list of followers, but there's no way that I can, well, at least not visible, how to do that right now. But maybe check if when you look at the users in the stream, if you have rights, if you click somebody, let's say, for example, Azriga, if you are able to say those things like ban, timeout, permits, purge, and whatever, stuff like that. If you have that, then you should have become already a moderator. So let me know, and otherwise we'll figure it out later, because I haven't ever done that before either. So. But yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about that for a while. I kind of need to do that, having you guys or somebody here as a moderator, so I don't have to look at it, because it's a lot of hassle if you need to do that also yourself. So yeah, of course, Zeus should be in Mount Olympus. At least we have some way of getting some examples for the Hades level, for Zeus level, for Poseidon, Atlantis. Those things are very easily found. Might be a little harder to find things for Artemis, Hephaestus, and stuff like that. Artemis, by the way, I would have setting. I already have that one. It faces. That is um, there's that city that is being dug up in Turkey, as far as I know. Um, so it is ancient Greece, but it's a little weird. But Ephesus is a city that you can find in Turkey at the moment. So maybe that shifted over the years. I don't know. And the setting for Hephaestus would be Lemnos. And that is at least the levels. We can do it later. Yeah, no biggie. Yeah, maybe the next stream I will finally have actual moderators. So that is pretty cool. Because I've always been wondering, like, how on earth do other streamers do this stuff? Like, keep track of whoever makes a mistake, gets banned, should not be banned at all, or which message should go through or not. It's sometimes a big bother if you have to do all of that stuff as well. So, with that being said, we have somewhat of an order. We have 15 levels in total, which will obviously mean a lot of art. You want to learn to stream as well? Hey, you know what? Maybe one day we can do a co-stream. That would be cool. So you and me are streaming together, and then first I invite you in my stream or whatever. If you stream one day, then I help. You have your mods and VIPs and stuff. I have VIPs. I did set them up one day, but I can't for the life of me remember where I did that stuff. So, but yeah, I could use some of the help for that because it is stuff that I normally don't do, and I should start doing it. Yeah, so at least we have identified the levels and set where they are. All of them have something except for Athena. So I have to think about what would be a good setting for Athena. And Athena is the goddess of the hunt. So Hera is also funny because she's the goddess of marriage. That makes it quite a funny level, I would say. Hermes is the herald of the gods, Apollo the god of the sun, Athena goddess of wisdom. Goddess of wisdom. Where would she be located? I would say with Delphi, but yeah, that is Apollo already. I mean, wisdom would say Delphi, right? Through Discord, it's quite easy to help, so let me know if you need the help. Obviously, I need the help. I can use all the help I can get. Because, yeah, I'm a dummy. I don't know this stuff. I don't know this kind of thing. So, since she's the goddess of wisdom, yeah, I would say something like the Oracle of Delphi, you know? What should we do with this level? Maybe we should leave it undecided for now, so we don't have. It's just stuff you need to see before you know it. I didn't have my first stream. People helped me. Yeah, I've just been streaming, and yeah, I do have my affiliate anniversary coming up, so I might have to do something special for that stream. I don't know yet. Maybe. Let's figure it out. Because I think I can set when I want to do my my affiliate anniversary stream. So if we do something special, maybe we can think about what kind of things we would like to do in that stream. Might not be a game development or game design, whatever thing, but maybe something completely different just to celebrate the fact that we've been here affiliated for a year, which is pretty cool. But let's see. I don't know yet. That's all those kind of things that we don't know. So as everybody knows, I've been trying to have those levels set around gods, right? So the god itself determines how the level will look, and the look changes based on that. So, for example, if you go with the Dionysus level in Nexus, that should be all set around wine, parties, and stuff like that. And because there's something off in the world, because it's polluted in some way, everything should look almost like you would expect, and then dirty. So there's things that gonna be off, and it could be like just dirty, or for example, in the Dionysus level, the grapes could be rotten or something like that. And in a level like Aphrodite, who is the goddess of love, you could have things that are, you have hearts, but they're not red, but more like black, like they're wrong. Um, those are the kind of things that I'm thinking about. And yeah, maybe I'm completely wrong about that, but it makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm also just a person, and people make mistakes, right? We're learning. We're getting there slowly, and also with the game, we're starting to get a little bit of traction, and I'm pretty happy about the fact that Incredibro and Outsider, who is unfortunately, I don't think he's here. If he's here, then he didn't let himself know that he's here, which doesn't mean anything. Sometimes here, like Half Moon, for example, he often just lurks through my entire stream. Lately, he was very active before because he wanted to be like Gandalf. You gotta follow Mrs. Unholy. Yes, that's how you should do this. Let me do that the official way. There we go. A lovable witch. That she is for sure. And she occasionally plays a game as well. I don't see a stream that often anymore, by the way, Mrs. Unholy. I try to make sure that I'm there if I can see you, but yeah, if I don't see you, then it gets a little harder. I hope that this table of contents works, by the way. It doesn't always work. Sometimes you have to do that a little different, but I would like to have that as a table of contents kind of thing. I'll let you do the talking for that, Mrs. Unholy, but as far as I know, also stuff like Disney and stuff, because she's a Disney fan. It was my Wi-Fi dongle ding. It stopped working, but I got new network connection card, and now just waiting till after the operation. Makes sense, makes sense. I don't think you want to do that before. But yeah, Mrs. Unholy, if you watch her stream one day, you will be finding that it's at least as relaxing as mine. She's very sweet. We have to fill out those things, length. So we have to work on that. So all of them will have an intent and a length. And probably I will have something like new mechanics unlocked or stuff like that. Hogwarts Legacy, Minecraft, and Disney Dreamlight Valley mostly. Crochet on stream. We have so many creative people here. And basically what we already set up last Friday or talked about last Friday is that the total length of this game, we expect to have something like 5 hours. If you're a little slower in your game, might be a little longer. If you are blind or otherwise impaired, it also might probably be a little longer. My games probably will make you rage. Well, you don't know that. Maybe she's actually much better than I am at those. In case you didn't know that yet, you might not. Mrs. Unholy, he makes a lot of puzzle games, stuff that is sometimes easy to figure out, sometimes a little harder to figure out. And he's been kind enough to offer to help me make mine. So that is very, very nice. And yeah, he has a couple of them. He won 2 or 3 um, game jams, at least 2. And if he didn't win 2, then in my heart he won 2. See, I knew you won 2. Just wanted you to confirm that. Because if you confirm it, then at least I know it's for sure. And also shows more that you're an incredible game designer. I mean, it's not easy to win 2 game jams. Game jams are not easy to make. And yes, he makes music also, and sound effects and stuff like that. I'm so gonna check him out. The Bowls game looks fun. The first puzzle game that he made me play was time related, so you have to be very fast in doing it. And I had a lot of lag playing it, so it didn't really help either. I did figure some of them out after I started to understand the mechanics. But yeah, I mean, if it's not fast enough, then it gets a little hard. Bowls game. I mean, she likes bowls. The bulldog balls, I guess. That's a code out. They're coding out the game. The Be Positive one is one that I played on stream, and I also played the Can You Code Out one on stream. And I did play AI Hub, but not on stream. A friend challenged me to name that. Well, sometimes you should not listen to friends. They're not always friends, right? So, let's write it differently. Great college. As they are being polluted in different ways. Typing is tough sometimes. Bulldog Balls is actually called Can You Code Out? The game did win though. So yeah, the introductory level is the only level that is not set in Greek mythology. We might get back to the Netherlands after playing through the Greek mythology levels, but the main part of the game obviously is the Greek mythology part. So we may or we may not. I'm not 100% sure. So, yeah, the setting, the intent and the length of the other levels we're going to have to work on. Um, I might talk a little bit more about the characters or about the gameplay. I'm not sure yet. Accessibility features for sure we can also talk about, but I think most important we need to discuss, and maybe Incredible, you can think along with me, because obviously I have been working a little bit on the Poseidon level of the art. Um, by the way, let me know, Mrs. Incredible, Mrs. Incredible, Mrs. Unholy. I'm so sorry. I guess it's late. Um, I can phase between realms. Aggression. I will allow it. You don't have to say fuck you. It's not. I didn't do it on purpose, guy. I mean, I'm just tired. Anyway, I've been working on that. And Mrs. Unholy, did you already see what I've been working on for the level of Poseidon, or did you not? It is artwork that I'm pretty proud of. So you didn't? Oh my goodness! Then I have to show you. Give me a second. You don't need to see my Explorer. That's not needed. But I want to show the level that I have so far. It's not done for sure, but here you go. This is the level, well, a part of the level of Poseidon that I've been drawing. And that would be the moment just before she goes to the boss fight where she has to face him. So think of this level, you go through the level, you did all sorts of stuff, and then here you meet him, he sees you, you see him, stand still for a moment, something happens, maybe a little dialogue happens, then he walks away out of the screen, you have to traverse over this area to the other side, and from that moment on, you will be in a boss fight. So look at it that way. So that would be absolutely amazing. But you, Mrs. Unholy, make sure that you tell the streamer to also be in touch with Incredible, because he's very flexible and would love, I'm sure, to be present in the stream of your friend. If Mr. Positive is playing his game, so he can explain to the viewers what this game is about, how it works. And I'm sure he wants to be there, right, Incredible? If I'm wrong, also please say so. Not just to give credit, but also for him to be able to explain the game, and yeah, that can also help Incredible when he starts his own streaming career to get some people to follow him. So if you start with already having some followers, there you go. You have a better way to start your stream. I'd like to lurk. You're Mr. Lurk himself. But you're a nice lurker then. His stream name is Gabber Positive. He would fit right in with Joost Klein. In case you guys got any of that last weekend, what a shitstorm that was. Jesus Christ. That song festival thing, that, my goodness gracious me, that was a shitstorm, really. I think the EBU really did it to themselves now. They're definitely not getting away very good out of that, because people really are hating them right now. Oh my God, my wife is asking me something that I do not know from the top of my head. Oh God. Totally Dutch guy. Gabber, yeah, Gabber. Gabber is something that is a musical influence here in the Netherlands. Used to be something very big. It got a little bit down, and now it's starting to get back up, also because of Joost Klein that I was just talking about. So yeah, let me check for my wife for 1 second what that is called again. The Neswaarden. There you go. I have to send it to my wife. The Neswaarden. Okay, now my wife is happy again because she knows, and that's good. Cool, cool. Yeah, so uh, for those of you who are European and know about the song festival, maybe you do too. I don't know, Incredible. Maybe you get all that stuff. What happened there, nobody really knows yet, but basically Joost Klein made it to the finals. He wanted to perform in the finals, and then he got disqualified for allegedly um, threatening one of the employees of the song festival. And there's different stories going around. So there's stories going around that he just made a gesture like go away, because yeah, Eurovision. Like he make a gesture to go away because she kept harassing him with her camera while he's well, it was pretty clear that he didn't want to be filmed after his semifinal. And then for whatever reason, she kept doing it anyway. And it was not the first time. Apparently that happened before also. And then there's another story where they say that he destroyed a camera. So yeah, there's quite a different thing. However, in my opinion, right? And you have all the right to feel what you want about it. Nobody is guilty until proven, right? So I would have said, let this guy perform. If he wins and he's guilty of whatever they're accusing him of, take away his title and it goes to the number two. But at least let them sing, let them perform their song, because he was also one of the crowd favorites. It's not a reality show, by the way. It is a musical thing with well, very much inclusive things, because yeah, basically there is promoted the gender equality. Nobody cares if you're a woman or a man. Some people don't identify themselves as either, which hey, I'm totally fine with that. It's perfectly fine with me. But that, I don't know what happened there, but that was a shitstorm that I don't think anybody has any answer of what actually happened, except for the people who were there. But you hear conflicting stories. So whatever they did, they messed it up big time. Either the Netherlands did or the organization did. Whoever did, I don't care. I identify as a Eurovision winner. Hey, I identify you as a Eurovision winner as well. I don't know what good it does for you, but I identify you the same. Anyway, um, what do we think is most important for me to work on here in the document? And you can swing around as much as you like. You don't know either? Oh, that's hard. Now I have to think of everything myself. Jesus. So I could say maybe a little bit more about the levels, the ones that I do know, and what would be. I mean, some of them I will have to revisit later. I mean, Atlantis, I can say something about that for sure. That's not so hard. But and Dionysus level, I can say something about as well. But I'm not 100% sure of some of the other ones. I can say, let's start with the one in the Netherlands. Look and feel. I'll basically do it like that. You would find some iconic buildings that clearly identify as Amsterdam. Part of it will take place in the famous park called the Vondelpark. Um, Busy and populated. Bicycles traversing the streets. Birds flying around. Boats going through the canal. See, be able to see people exercising, relaxing, etc. I guess that's a good description for the Dutch level. Check out Incredibro on SoundCloud. Yeah. I should make some commands for Incredibro. My hubby is requesting huggy time. Lucky bastards. Off and then to bed. Work tomorrow. Have a good stream, honey, and have a good night, chat. Thank you so much again for all the subscriptions and the gifted subs. That's very nice of you. And I look forward to see you again on the next stream. Thank you so much. And say hello to your hubby for me. Don't know if he ever watches. Doesn't really matter either. Anyway, so this level is easy to basically describe for me because we've already been working on it. We know what it's going to look like. And now let me think of something for the Atlantis world, maybe. Because I have some idea of this, so let me put down the look and feel. Say hi to your gorgeous wife and give the kids a hug tomorrow. Yeah, we'll do. They're sleeping now. And hopefully they will stay sleeping. My daughter fell pretty hard today, so she might have a bit of a trouble sleeping tonight. I hope not, but yeah, it's possible. Water. Basically changing the entire gameplay for the boss fight. All the notifications from Stream Elements come also all in the same time at the moment. I don't know if that's so smart, but it happens. So to make it a little bit easier to read these things, let's put these italics. I think that will look a little better. So we will at least have a bit more idea of what is just a label and what is the actual text. So. Everybody went quiet. Guys, are you still here? I mean, the fact that Mrs. Unholy left doesn't mean that you guys have to shut up. I'm also still here. I'm talking. You can. So, I don't think this is enough yet, but most of this level will be above water, where we see Gaia traverse a world that is made up of a lot of water, but still traversable on foot. However, when we face Poseidon, he will flood the level, basically changing the entire gameplay for the boss fight. You're booting up your system. You had it turned off. Well, everybody went quiet suddenly, so I was like wondering where everybody went. So basically, saying that it will be mostly above water kind of contradicts Atlantis, because Atlantis was above, not above water, but below water. Although, obviously, it started to be above water and it just flooded and then it went below water. That's how it became the famous land of Atlantis, of course. But yeah, it was always above water, and a lot of technology was there, prosperous. There's a lot of knowledge in that environment, so I guess we could do something with enemies that are technologically a little bit more advanced. Wondering about this. So you can show me your new prototype once I'm done with the stream. You can show me now also if you want to. It's fine. I mean, I can interrupt the stream a little bit for looking at your prototype. Doesn't mean I will play it today, by the way. I would definitely play any game you make, but just to try them. Should be careful doing all this on the stream, guys. So now you guys will know exactly what we want to do with the level. But at least Atlantis level, the intent would be to that would be a good thing. The length of this level, I think levels with a boss fight should be at least, but maybe think about that with me for a second, Incredible, because you're also one of the people who are going to help me on this. But I would say a level that has a boss fight should not be below 15 minutes in length. How do you feel about that? I think that should be like at least the length of a level. Maybe at least 15 to 20 minutes. Well, every level will have a boss fight. So basically, for the having the boss fight itself should not be. I don't have a timer set for that. He should have different waves, but that is something that we will set up in the gameplay mechanics, I guess. Um, but for the level itself, to have a length of about 15 to 20 minutes to play through, that is what I would usually feel. Like you have to discover some part of the Atlantis world and then you face him before you actually fight him. Majestic and hard to climb. On average, 10 to 12 minutes of boss fight, not including exploration. Yeah, so then the level might be even a little longer. Because this level, I mean, I'm not talking about the boss fight, but if the boss fight is 10 to 12 minutes, then the level should be more or less 25 minutes, I guess. 25? 25 to 30 minutes. So you have some exploring to do, or 20 to 25 maybe, not to have too long of a level. 20 to 25, I think sounds more balanced. Because you want to see the world of Atlantis before it actually floods, which makes it also interesting because you will see it later uh, being also flooded. Hmm. But it's already in a world where there's a lot of water, I guess. So yeah, otherwise it's not so easy to flood it, definitely. So yeah, that makes sense to me at least. But um, presence, presence, no, presence is with a C. Oh, should be around this environment. let's see. It's just a description of the level in the first place, right? So not um, it's not going to be set in stone. We could see if it's doable or not, because obviously I also will have to figure out if it works, if I can get something that feels like it would be Mount Selene. Faces is also something that I can definitely know something about. So the intent in Mount Selene, what would we go for here? Because there's also something that you need to find, right? Every level should have something that you might need later on in another level. And if you don't have it, it's going to be tough to complete that. Should not be easy to reach, but it also should be that you can reach it, no matter what your skill level is. That's at least what I would feel. But yeah, that's quite difficult for me to say. Artemis and Ephesus. Oh yeah, we need to figure out a location for Athena, right? Athens, probably, because yeah, Athena. I could actually think of the Acropolis. Wow, Acropolis. That's a hard word to say. So in Athens, and here I would say like the look and feel. Oh, I need to do those others also. Let's just do it. And I was also just wondering about this because a lot of games also have like a mode where you can just fight only the bosses if you like that. You get sort of like a boss rush type of game. But I don't know if I should do that with this game. So I don't think so, really. It doesn't feel right for me. Um, Parthenon. Parthenon. That was the Parthenon. I have to do it justice, otherwise, otherwise it's no, it's indeed it's a narrative game. Yeah, it could be something that we might look into later, even for a narrative game for the people who like to just fight the bosses to come back to it later and just see if they can somehow improve their boss fights. But it's just a brain fart that you can forget about if you don't care. I mean, I don't really care if it has a boss mode where you just go after the boss fights, but so yeah. Of course, the Parthenon is also named after Athena herself because her last name was Parthenos. Athena the Virgin, as far as I remember. It's been a while. The books have been quite far away in my memory, but I need to maybe revisit them sometimes to make sure that I know the correct thing. Um, and definitely, I will need to add more to these level descriptions. Of course, it's something we can do anytime in the development time. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, hydrate. That's a good idea. I've been coughing a bit. Thank you for that, incredible. Oh, so posture check also. I'm sitting actually pretty straight, to be honest, but it's sometimes hard to sit straight in a desk chair. I don't know about you guys, but when I sit in a desk chair, I usually have trouble sitting straight. Because for whatever reason, it wants you to go like all the way there, and that's not so smart when I just fall backwards. So, um, okay, so we have ancient Athens set for Athena, which I think is definitely a good idea. It fits with her name. She has her temple. So stupid that you sometimes cannot get to what you want to do, right? I don't know. It's sometimes I know these most of these things pretty well, and then for whatever reason, when you're trying to describe stuff, it just eludes you. It just goes out of your brain. You kind of know what you want, but it just goes. So let me try to. Should I keep going at these level descriptions? I guess that can help outsider, right? Because outsider will have to do a lot of stuff based on this description. So Mount Celine could be a very nice thing that kind of fits with stuff that he's already been making, maybe a little bit more detailed, but with nice forests, rivers flowing through it, the serene valleys, yeah, a mountain. He doesn't have a mountain yet in his pixel art genre stuff, but I guess for now, the level descriptions, I guess I can leave them a little bit like where they are and just keep going with other stuff that is interesting. And I wonder, should I talk about the gameplay or more the game overview? Mm, Let me start with the overview, I guess. You take on the role of 5-year-old gets summoned by the Greek goddess by the same name to help her clean the world. The comma's not needed. The other gods have made a mess of her world and it is not her place to fight the other gods. As the player, you need to learn how to defeat these gods and restore order to the world. Game will be a single player game. Featuring several levels that are centered around the god that Gaia will face in these levels. The goddess will guide the player from time to time to objectives that will help the player do just that. The way to defeat a god will be different each level and can be done in more than one way. Move on and come back to it later. Yeah, I mean, I could do all the levels, that would be too much. I think this is a good description of the gameplay, or the game overview, I mean. As the player, you will hopefully get the feeling after completing the game that when a 5-year-old can make the world a better place, so can you. Yeah, possibly we will end the game also with a little bit of a scene where she just picks up something in the world, the Netherlands, when she comes back. But that is something for later and not set in stone yet. Let's see. Maybe move on to the gameplay. So Gaia is a 2D pixel art platforming game where the focus is on the narrative. Players must learn ways to compete with gods by listening to Gaia and exploring the worlds they visit. The game features a variety of worlds, which all have their own obstacles. Typing is hard when you know people are watching, you know. Variety of worlds which all have their own obstacles. Sometimes to actually use to complete later levels. Others will just be collectible. Okay. Gaia will take place for the most part in the world of Greek mythology and will be filled to the brim with references to these mythological stories. The gods who made a mess of the worlds are a direct reference to world leaders nowadays who do the same thing. As a player, we see the world through the eyes of a 5-year-old girl who is curious about everything. And has a love for nature that is unparalleled. What a tough word, man. Try not to get political. But actually, I want this message to also be there. For me, it's also a game about the environment and how we can make it better. It will not be super clear from playing the game that the world leaders are my inspiration for the gods, but they are there for a reason. The guidance of the goddess can be seen as the nurturing love of parents. Levels are set up in a way that they stand on their own, but still have a storyline that connects to the main stored. Um, The look and feel of each level is depending on the god that inhabits that level. This will lead to a diverse level setup that is different in each level. Jesus, starting to get tired, man. Yeah, we should, with characters, obviously we will talk about Gaia, the main character, me, Luca, because they are both also in there, me and my son, but also the main gods. And then I guess we will not talk about all the different enemies that you could come across in the levels, because they're not really for the story. So let's start with Gaia as the main character. Does it work also like this? So, yes, it works like that. Cool. 5-year-olds. Usually seen wearing dresses. She is very, is a big friend of nature and animals. Loves exploring. She is naturally curious about everything. Supportive character that doesn't get shown on the screen. At least from now, that's my idea. That I do not get into the picture. Same as for Luca, he will not be seen. I guess it's harder also for people to keep their attention in a stream like this, right? Because it's much more descriptive and you don't really see anything. Must be hard for keeping the attention. I can imagine that. Oh, not what I wanted. So then we would go to the gods, I guess. So for example, Poseidon. Oh no, let's go for the goddess Gaia. Chill, I've seen people stream themselves sleeping with thousands of viewers. We could. Well, where are my thousands of viewers then? I don't have thousands of viewers and I'm not even sleeping. That's not fair. Maybe I should sleep on stream. Um, she will guide our player. She will guide the player on her way through the world of Greek mythology with facts, wisdom, and other ways of helping the protagonist. Later on in the game, our player will actually meet her face to face. They got 2 reasons in front and 2 big reasons in the back. What? Ah, yeah, okay. I think you'll be missing 2 reasons. Yeah. At least 2. Maybe I also missed the other 2. I don't know. It's not like I regularly, like I can see it myself, you know. I cannot see that. It's behind me. So, yeah. But yeah, those 2, yeah, I don't, no, I don't have those. I have a little bit of man boobing, but yeah, that's not exactly what people are looking for, I guess. But you never know. Maybe they do. Let's hope you're not sitting on balls. You know that actually sometimes they say that it's actually a good way to sit behind your desk, to sit on a ball. A very big one though, like this big, where you can actually sit and you, because you keep rolling, you have to support your own weight a little bit more, which helps very much, obviously, with making yourself more stable, and that's good for your back. But yeah, I mean, not the kind of balls that you were talking about. I'm not sitting on those for sure, because that would hurt. I guess I will talk a little bit more now about accessibility features. YouTube. I don't know why, but my eyes keep itching today. It's a little annoying. Hydrate. There you go. Balls of steel. That, you know what that reminds me of? Duke Nukem. I need a soundboard, guys, so you guys can redeem sounds or stuff like that. Because right now, it's just me talking, and if I don't talk, it becomes a little bit boring, I guess. But yeah, Duke Nukem, I really love that game too. I must admit that I didn't get introduced to Duke Nukem until Duke Nukem 2. And then after that, it was basically Duke Nukem 3D, and I never stopped playing that. Fart sounds. You like fart sounds? I mean, then you should watch Two Nerdy Nerds. Those guys really have that. I don't know if I can shout out those people, but Let's try. Nerdy, nerds. Don't know if that is possible when they're not in my stream at the moment. Let's try. I've never done that. Yeah, actually it does. They have farts all over the place, and they're even talking about thank you for the fart and stuff like that. So yeah, but I need to do something with some audio in the stream, some redeemable audios or whatever, and maybe also think about putting some music in the background. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe I could put some music right now. Let's see if that works. And if that doesn't work, then you need to tell me. If you don't hear anything in a moment. Uh, what kind of music would we put? Stream safe music. Chill vibe, relaxing gaming music. That sounds good to me. Do you hear music? I put no reverb on my voice, not that I know of. No music? Weird. Now? How can it be that I don't get that music? Maybe from here then. Here. option. There. Can also be a bit boring after a while because it seems that there's a lot of looping in the music. The options for the following layers. Includes blinds, color blinds, nearsighted, and more. Blind. For blind layers, we will work with audio cues, completely voiced narratives, so also make players who are blind experience the game, graphically rich game, atmospheric sounds will be used. Color blinds. Okay, I'm sending you something on Discord, but we cannot show it to anyone yet. Okay. Now you're making me curious and making me want to open my Discord. Oh, I'll see it later, I guess. Colorblind. For the colorblind, contrast and readability of images is very important for this group. There will be options available to turn off backgrounds so that the player can easily focus on the... Okay, I will see it in a moment, I guess. So the player can easily focus on the task at hand. There may, I'm not sure yet about this, there may be options to turn on outlines for the player to improve readability. All images will be tested against different types of color blindness. Internet said bye. For you, just Simi, you were basically offline, or is it for me? I hope I'm still here. Ah, yours. Well, I'm glad you're back, just Simi, because we've been doing a lot actually. I don't know if what you missed, but this has all been written this night, so that's quite a lot, I would say. Ziggo crapped out. Yeah, they're trying to get me back, but I'm at KPN right now. But yeah, I saw you before. You were there from the moment that I started, I think. So yeah, thank you for lurking the entire night. But just a shame that Ziggo decides to just want to crap out and just not work anymore. It happens. Okay, let me see. Incredibro sent me something, so let me check it out. Nobody else can see that. Okay, then I cannot turn that on right now because you will see it maybe. I don't know what happens if I try to play it, but let's not for now. I will see it afterwards, which is fine. He just basically told me that nobody else can see it yet, so I will not do that then. So yeah, contrast and readability of images, options available to turn off background so that play it and move aside. No, I will play it afterwards. It's fine. I can see it later. It's interesting, most likely, but I prefer to just focus on this for now, so nobody has that in their vision. I can play it on Discord. I don't think it will open, but anyway, we have so we have colorblind, nearsighted. So let's put nearsighted now. So for those who are nearsighted, also contrast and readability I think is very important. By the way, I will also dedicate one of my streams soon to a talk where I will have at least Victor Dima present, but also hopefully Liren the blind guy, and maybe more, who are blind or have at least ideas of how to do these things. Yeah, I will check it probably on my phone after the stream. It's fine. To verify also that my ideas that I have are going to be also legible and actually going to help them play the game. So yes, it's going to be a stream dedicated fully to accessibility of the game and how we can make sure that this game will be as accessible as we can possibly make it. Because yeah, obviously you have vision impaired, but there's so many other groups also. So we might start with one that is meant for vision impaired players, so we can do whatever we can just to make sure that they can play it, because that's also the scope for the demo. Once the demo is out, I would like it to be playable by the blind players, and if the colorblind and nearsighted can also play it, that's going to be awesome, because basically then we have ticked off the vision impaired group, and if they are interested in this game, they will help us promote it to everyone else. So it also helps us if we box that in groups, because if I go for all the accessibility parts, then it will become too much to handle for a demo, and the demo will never get done. So Yeah, so I guess these two basically come from, for most of the part, they will probably go hand in hand. I think here there's going to be more focus also on changing the size. So yeah, basically what I'm thinking for people who are nearsighted, nearsighted players are looking for something that's closer to the action so they can really see what's going on. If you can turn off backgrounds and stuff like that, that would mean that they can really focus much better on what they're seeing. Maybe the nearest background stays. So, for example, in the Amsterdam level, you will see the bakery and stuff like that, but nothing that's deeper than that. So the depth of what you're seeing goes down a little bit. We can turn off layers, stuff that we will now see will not be visible. That's pretty easy to do. And what we can also do is think of those camera options that we have with the virtual camera. Now I do this thing where once I start running, you zoom out so you see much more of the level. But for a player who is nearsighted, it might be much more beneficial for them to have the camera close to the player so they can see what is the player doing. And they probably also care much less about what is in the background because they probably cannot see the details anyway. So yeah. And I probably miss some of the vision impaired groups, but I'm not entirely sure if there's more groups than this. Probably there are. I mean, blind, colorblind, and nearsighted is 3 groups. I can also imagine that, for example, people have very blurred vision, for example. Actually, I learned a while ago from a boy in the street here who has only 30% vision. And his mom explained it to me that he can see, but for example, if a tree is 10 meters away, he will not be able to see more than 30% of the tree. So that is really, really weird. So he comes closer, he sees more, but he has a very limited vision. Hi, Letterborn, that's very nice you're here. A bit on the late side of the stream because usually I stop around 10, but I'm still here. So, and I'm trying to make, as you can see, a huge GDD, which is part of my solution. So this will be in my GitHub repository. I'm talking about accessibility options at the moment. Had some talk about the art and the visuals, which probably will need to expand a little bit more. Describe some of the levels, make sure that all of them are defined at least. We'll have some length talk about those things. Did something about the story and narrative, about the gameplay, about the game overview, a little introduction to the story. So we did quite a lot. It's all done today, so I'm quite proud of myself for that. I'm now talking about accessibility features, and I was also talking about the fact that I want to do one of these days, hopefully one of these weeks, an accessibility stream where we really focus on the blind group in this case, or vision impaired group at least, to make sure that we have everything set for the demo and we know what to do to help them play the game. But yeah, there's going to be different accessibility options for different types of players. The other groups I will also describe, so let's put them down first at least. Deaf players. I don't think deaf players will be. Let's put it also as impaired, because otherwise it's not concise. Hearing impaired players. So I will work it out later. Then we also have physically impaired. And then we have others. And it's good that you're coming in right now honestly, Letterborn, because one of those things that I picked up from you, and I keep forgetting the name of that disorder. I don't even know if that's a disorder of this thing that you have, that you cannot take certain sounds, and I keep forgetting the name of that. You are here, so maybe you can help me with that name. Misophonia. There you go. Yeah, satisfactory. Which is definitely not for the demo, but pretty sure it would be easy to implement, or easier than the other stuff. Not sure about that actually, because it would be very specific. You have to identify the sounds as being a misophonic sound, so a sound that would have to be turned off. So first of all, we'd have to identify them and maybe label them in a way so that I just have an option that says everything that is a sound that's misophonic, turn it off when you have that option on. But yeah, so at least now I described it, and now I cannot forget it anymore. So thank you for that. I'm pretty happy that you just came by. That is very cool. So yeah, those hearing impaired, obviously I can write some stuff about it. Or also, when it comes to video games, it's maybe less of a problem than in other areas, because not many video games would have those sounds unless they're very violent or very human body or eating, drinking focused. Yeah, misophonic sounds, Incredibro, are those sounds like, remember the last in the appreciation stream where we played Fool's End, and I was walking over some worms, and there was like that, for some people, very satisfying sound of me walking over the worms and squashing them. That really makes somebody like Letterborn uncomfortable. So it's pretty easy to turn those sounds off when you are when you have an option for it, and just turn off the sounds that make people uncomfortable. Eating sounds can be drinking sounds, so like swallowing, yeah, stuff like that. I don't know if there's much more, and you will probably, Letterborn will be my advisor for those kind of sounds, because I don't know if there's, for example, also coughing or other very common human sounds that might be opposite of ASMR. Yes, opposite. And welcome again, Quantulu, by the way. I think it's common in autism and ADHD, but not necessarily tied to it. I also don't think it's tied to it, and I didn't know about people having that problem until I met you, by the way, Letterborn. So you're going to have to advise me on that option when I get to it, which is not yet. only certain type of autism. There's a whole spectrum. I know. Well, as autistic people can also be sensory seeking, which means certain sounds being very calming. It could be that I will love some ASMR videos and also hate some others, and nothing in between. I know you're up for the challenge, Incredible. But you know, the thing is, we can make the game with all the types of audio in it, and then we have an option just to turn some of those off. And yeah, there's um, I don't think you can cater to everyone, because some people might find a sound annoying that other people do not find annoying. And where the middle ground for that is, I do not know yet. But we need tags for that. Yes, we're gonna need to tag audio files to know which ones are considered misophonic. Um, don't fight, guys. Don't fight. I hate sounds of people eating. Well, there you go, just Simi. That's the same as what Letterborn says also. She has a trouble with people uh, when they make sounds like eating. So, no. That's understandable. I know that I cannot make it possible for everyone to enjoy the sounds. I mean, for that, to that end, you also have the option to turn all sounds off. If that really is a problem for you, just turn all the sounds off as well. But we will definitely work on this. It will not be the object of the demo, because that is basically to cater for a vision impaired. If we have that all working, then we can look at the different disabilities or impairments that come after that. So yeah, you probably use the option to turn off all sounds in games that have sounds that are annoying to you and do not have an option to turn off certain sounds. So yeah, I can imagine that it's really tough if you want to enjoy the sounds of a game, but you can't because there's some sounds in it that make you just want to throw up or physically uncomfortable. I think it's fine if there's a hierarchy to the accessibility features. Yeah, we cannot start with all of it. Then the demo or the game will never be done. Basically, that's just to protect me and Incredibro and Outsider who now helping. While in Subnautica, I let myself die because I want to hear the voice when they talk, but not the drinking. I have an idea. People should be able to play our game telepathically as well. Gonna DM you something. Can DM anyone anything? Well, who are you gonna DM? Me or somebody else? Anyway, I think my stream usually takes out sounds like drinking, so you shouldn't have problems with that. Yeah, I'm soon gonna stop anyway. By the way, the physically impaired, you're gonna have to think about things like. And let me type something. And if once I have this written down, then I think I will stop for today. For this group, where we need to take care of setting up the controls in such a way that a player can change them to their own liking, but not just that. There are players who are looking for the challenge to try with standard controls, but can't physically make the different combinations. Oh, and I hate echoes. Max, don't forget about giving me the feedback on the video. I will not forget that. It might not be today, but you will get feedback from me, Incredible. Don't worry about it. Yeah, make the different combinations. After some tries, specifically fails, the game should offer the simplifying of the controls. The goal of the game is for everyone to be able to reach the end. By the way, just see me, the fact that you said, oh, and I hate echoes, does it mean that I'm echoing again? I hope not. Oh my god, shit, sorry. Does it help if I'm further away, or is it worse? Yeah, I need a better mic. Yeah, I have one on my wish list. I don't hear it. The funny thing is that some people say that they hear me echo and other people don't. I also don't have money. That's the biggest problem. I don't have money. Maybe I should do that. Maybe next time I'll just a poor teacher. Oh, maybe next time I do my game development stream as a sponsored stream for Marvel Strike Force. That's the game that I play for years already. And if you guys just play the game for me using my link, then you guys could make the stream money, and I could actually maybe invest in getting a Blue Yeti or something. It does sound different if they're using a headset. Ah, okay. I can pop one on and see if I hear it, but typically if you've got echo, your mic is too close to your speakers. Like this far? Like I have my laptop has speakers, and it's like, yeah. I could maybe try to turn it away like this, and is it better like that? You don't need better mic, you need an audio engineer. I probably need a better PC, one that I can actually set on the floor, and not my laptop that's on the same desk as where my microphone is. You don't want to be hearing yourself, so it feeds into your mic. Maybe that's then because of the desktop audio. No, I don't hear myself. It's the room probably. Yeah, maybe I should put stuff here that takes away echoes from the room. But yeah, that means sound isolation here. It might be a bit of reverb. Does the voice echo in the room? No, not really. I hear like a bass in my voice, but that's about it. I don't hear an echo. No audio edits in OBS. Yeah, I had to increase the sound of the microphone because people say that they don't hear me otherwise. So I did some, what did I do? I put a filter on it. But the only one that I have is gain. Destroy the walls. Imagine a drum sound. You can feel that sound. Yeah, I can. That's in part due to the reverb. It's really annoying. I think that might be the reverb in my voice then. And I'm so sorry that it's annoying to you. I try to turn the microphone down a little bit again because I had it up for that. Does this help? Is it less? Yeah, you shouldn't apologize for my voice. Yeah, you know what the thing is, some people love my voice and other people hate my voice, I guess. It's I don't think I can cater for everyone. It is what it is, as one might say. Yeah, that's true. I mean, my voice is heavy, and heavy voices, especially in a room, yes, which is not that big, could echo a little bit. I'm not too sure about. You can't hear me? Okay, then I turn it up again. Sorry. Tell me when it's good. If this is a good level, then I'll keep it at that. Making myself quieter is worse. Is this good? Someone is uncomfortable with the echo, they can turn you down a bit, but it's not good overall since now we can't hear you. Okay. Very little point if we can't hear you. Is this better? I was also not pointed towards the microphone. Maybe that also doesn't help. I mean, for the rest of the stream, everybody could hear me, so I guess this should be okay. Anyway, look at what we did today. Look at what we wrote today. So where you were, find the halfway point. That'll turn you down a bit, but not much. Okay. Now I'm booming. Okay, like this. How's this? I think I was at this. Looks like a lot of progress. Yeah, I think, especially in documentation, I think I made a lot of progress. I wrote some of the characters down, wrote a lot about levels, a lot about the game, not the mechanics really, but accessibility feature, user interface I still have to do. Much like Boom Boom. I remember hating having to do this in school. Well, I don't hate doing it. It's just a little tedious. It's a lot of work. And in the end, you might have 2 or 3 people reading it. But this will also help me, I guess, especially when I get some visuals in there, will also help me maybe promote the game to people who might invest in it later. So I struggle writing down my design decisions and organizing them in general for any and all types of projects. I always resort to just putting it all in the head drawer. Yeah, well, the big difference is no one is forcing him to do this. There you got it. That's an essential ingredient. If you do this because you have to do it for school, it's much different than having to do this because you want this game to become a success. And yeah, recently, when I had the conversation with Outsider and Credibro, I also felt very good about the fact that people are believing as much in this as I am. And that really, really helps. We learn easier when we care about what we're learning about. Yeah, that's true. We forced him, yeah, sort of, but you're not my teachers. Well, in a way, maybe, yeah. It's not school, though. Anyway, let me just... No, wrong. Let me just open up my terminal here. Run it as administrator. So I can check in. Project. Game dev. Platformer. There we go. Wait up, didn't I save? That sounds weird. I didn't. I'm a teacher as a profession, not of English though. I meant overall he's doing this because he wanted to. That's a calculated choice. He knows this won't be purely fun or easy. True that. I know that for sure. There's no What in the world is this? That shouldn't be there. Why is this here? But it's delete mode, so it should not be in there. Let me check for just to be sure, because that is definitely wrong if it's there. Straight down. Nah, it's not there. That's good. Okay, let me check the Git repository. To see if the README definitely has been updated, because if it hasn't, then it's yeah, that is a cyberpunk reference. If not, then it was unintentional, but still a cyberpunk reference. Yeah, it's been updated, but it doesn't recognize the table of contents. I guess that's just a DevOps thing. Anyway, just to show you guys, here we go. Look at that. Immortality. Yeah, will never die. Yeah, we already have a short about that, like a clip from one of the indie dev appreciation streams. I will never die. I never die. I don't. I just don't. But look at this. That is pretty. I'm happy about that. That is a lot of progress on this document. Now I know for sure that we can keep going with this, and I might have to do something with line breaks and stuff like that, but that's a later concern. But yeah, I'm happy with this. Oh yeah, Git in light mode. You're right about that. I should change that. Settings. Let me change that right now. Appearance. I don't know why I have day theme anyway. Night theme, of course. How can I? System is set to dark mode. My system is set to dark mode. Single theme. Okay. Let's put it on dark. There you go. Will this be web compatible so we can test it right away? Ergo, no need to download anything. It might be in the itch.io. I will probably make a page later when we're ready to have a demo. So that demo can be linked from whatever, like for example, the Kickstarter campaign that most likely will come. Because I don't want to have everyone download a demo from Steam. Actually, I think I will prefer not to have the demo on Steam, because if it would become successful, let's say if, I mean, got a dream for something, it also will mean that it will count towards downloads for the game and installs and whatever. So yeah, for the demo, probably I will use itch.io, most likely. Anyway, now that we've changed to dark mode, now everybody's happy. Let me see who I will raid out to today, because it's about that time. Who do we think we want to go? Fox Holo Games is always nice. He's making a superhero dexterity roguelike game in Godot. Could be an option. Vimlark is always nice also, who's doing 2 game jams at the same time. Gauli on the Rocks, who's doing art. Outfrow's doing unspaghetti your code. Okay. I'm gonna turn off the music now because it's starting to annoy me. Shut We have Justin Helps, who does software and game development, evolution video, and Godot. Irish John Games is always fun to raid. A nice guy. Haven't seen a recent running version. At some point, can you do a quick run? So I can sort of catch up. For sure, sure. Next week, probably I will show you the game. Also, just did a game jam, or I guess one could call it. Started very late on my semester project. Yeah, I think he means of Gaia, Incredible. And we don't have much yet. We're still in the Amsterdam level, but the Amsterdam level probably and hopefully will soon become much bigger, as now Outsider will be able to work on the pixel art soon. He's fixing some problems, and then after that he will for sure be working on that. So, but yeah, you've been away. What I could do, that's quite easy, I guess, show you on my YouTube. That's the fastest way, I guess, because we have a little progress video. Let me see my canal. And let's go to the progress so far. I guess that's the easiest way to show you. So we have some climbing of ladders. Animations still need to be made, of course. We have boats that we can actually get onto. We have items that we can pick up and can throw. Yeah, he was lurking. That's what he usually does. It shows a little bit more level, because obviously we still need to work on level design and stuff like that. But now, since I've written this down, we can actually also jump on the boat. We can get to the other side with that. There's a bug in the animations for that. If I get too close, I get blown up. Here in this video version, the reflection is not working for me. You don't see the character. Here you also see the Rijksmuseum that I've been working on. So I think, yeah, you got quite a little progress, and you can see where we're going with this. But yeah, the level needs to be made bigger. We need to test the portal thing. That's one of the things that I want to work on next. So I basically want to make sure that you can go through a portal and get to a next level. Not so hard, should be at least easily done. So yeah, so that is one of the things that I will do the next time. And we still need to decide who to rate to. Who do you guys like? We have Sedalix. He's always fun also to watch, and he also does Unity, so that might be nice. Irish John Games does also Unity, that I know. BitGamey also is a Unity developer. And if you guys don't know, BitGamey is also somebody who is connected and also sort of helping one of the most famous people on Udemy, who does courses on different things, but also on quaternions, which everybody hates. So, Sedalix, you like Sedalix? Yeah, I will look at the video after this. Incredible. Don't worry, don't worry. Yeah, there's several Godot developers. I mean, we got Sympathy, and don't know what he was doing. Oh no, it's Blind Through of Vimlark does 2 game jams. This one does Godot. Outfrost not. Which one was next? Justin Helps is doing Godot. Foxen is doing Godot. Revere, I don't know, not for sure. Brackies. But Brackies is not streaming here as far as I know. Free readings, tarot. There's all sorts of stuff here. There's Blind Warriors fan also, one that is a blind gamer playing Street Fighter, which is sometimes also fun to see. But yeah, anyone that you guys say, let's go raid him or her, it's always good for me. I don't mind. Godot is looking very promising. Fox Hollow Games is one that really explains it very well. Vimlark is very friendly, who does different types of streams, but he's a very friendly guy. Yeah, I like different people at the same time, so I don't mind either way. If there's no preference, I will choose. But if you guys have a preference, then let's go there. Gimme, 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 gimme. This is also good, oh, by the way, cricket. You trust my judgment. Okay. I don't think I've ever rated cricket, so let's do cricket. So with that, I would like to say thank you very much, everybody who has been here during the stream. If you have been lurking or saying hi, I don't care. Either way, I like you very much for being here. It's been a pleasure streaming for you guys. I hope you guys will come back next week and we will probably do some more developing or designing, whichever comes first. And I want to give a special thank you again to Mrs. Unholy, who subscribed and gave 2 people a subscription as well, which is amazing. And I thank you very much for it. Somehow I slept through someone blasting a TV behind me. Anyway, guys, have fun at cricket, and I see you guys next week. Bye.